So today's we are going to do the radius of curvature in polar form. In polar form. Okay. So what is the radius of curvature in polar form? What we have to use the coordinate, girls? कोऑर्डिनेट क्या यूज करेंगे बताइए? If it is in a polar form, that means we have to use r and theta. Then only we say that the given equation or given form is in the polar form. Okay. So the question will ask in your exam like this: find the radius of curvature in polar form or polar curve r equal to f theta. r equal to f theta. तो r equal to f theta जहां जहां भी देगा इसका मतलब है कि हमें क्या करना है, पोलर फॉर्म में हमें कर्वेचर फाइंड करना है. ठीक है. और इस तरह से भी आ सकता है, प्रूव दैट रो इक्वल टू r square plus r1 square whole 3 by 2 divided by r square 2r1 square minus r2. Okay. So is it clear now, girls? Girls, do reply. Okay. So let's do the proof of this theorem. So what we do, we first use the formula from the previous chapter, that is the equation of tangent. What we have learned there, we learned that the perpendicular distance from the pole, that is P, is given as 1 by P square equal to 1 by R square 1 by R4 dr by d theta. Okay. In the previous lecture we have proved it. So we are going to use this formula here to prove this radius of curvature. So we get this value and now differentiating both sides with respect to theta. So while differentiating with respect to theta, what we get from here, girls? Say this is minus 2 by PQ and then dP by d theta. Now from in the right hand side we have again it is minus 2. So minus 2 divided by RQ dr by d theta plus. Now u into vk form mein hai, so you just use this formula. So here we are having minus, here it is R4 now. So we are getting minus 4 by r to the power 5 dr by d theta, and then we have dr by d theta here. So write dr by d theta whole square. Then we have plus sign to u into v. So 1 by r to the power 4 as it is. Then 2 times dr by d theta and into, since we are differentiating with respect to theta, so this term becomes d2r by d theta square, like d2r by d theta square. Now, any doubt, girls, in this line? So now we are going to separate this formula. So what are the common values we have? What are the common values we have? Here we have a d theta, d theta, d theta, and here also a d theta. So we can cancel out this d theta from here. Okay. And thereafter we have dp here. Now you see dr. Here it is a dr. Here also I have a dr. So let this put this dr by theta here. So this will become minus 2 by pq dp by d theta into d theta by dr. While taking this in the left hand side, what we have? D theta up and then d theta down, because I am taking the dr by d theta common from all these three terms. So here what we are remaining with 2 by r cube plus, sorry, minus 4 by r5 dr by d theta whole square, and then plus 1 by r to the power 4, that is 2. Okay, and then d2r by d theta square. Now d theta and d theta are going to be cancelled. So from here what we have dp by dr. Okay, and this thing is equals to, now here it is 2, here it is 2, and again we have 2 here and 2. So we can cancel out the 2 in the numerator. So we are leaving with, because minus 2 is cancelled, minus 2, again minus 2, and then here from the 2. So we are having 1 divided by r cube. Then plus sign, because minus is common. So plus, or you can write first by taking the common this one. So let it be minus 2 is common. Okay. So 1 by r cube plus what we have 2 by r5 dr by d theta whole square, and then plus, then it become minus, because we are taking the minus 2 common. So minus 1 by r4 d2r by d theta square, and then we take this pq here in the right hand side. So now minus 2 and minus 2 will be cancelled. So here we are having dp by dr equal to, so what we have 1 by r cube plus 2 by r5 dr by d theta whole square, and then minus 1 by r4 dr by d theta 2 into p. Is that clear, girls? Any doubt? Any doubt in the steps? Okay. So you all just take a screenshot, those who have not completed. Okay. Now I am going to take the r to the power 5 common, because r to the power 5 is the big value. So this implies dp by dr, okay, equal to, so 1 by r to the power 5 is taken common. So we are having pq by r to the power 5, the outside pq I have here. I am taking r to the power 5 from the denominator common, r square 1 by r cube. I have taken r to the power 5 outside. So this will become r square. Then I have a plus sign. Then what we have 2 times dr by d theta whole square. Okay. And then next I have minus. So here it is r cube. R5 is taken the common. So it is r4. So I'll write r here. And then I have d2r by d theta square. Okay. And then into PQ. Sorry, I have taken this PQ here, to PQ by r to the power 5. But we have used a relation in the equation on the previous one, that is 1 by p square as what? 1 by r square plus 1 by r to the power 4 dr by d theta whole square. This much. Okay. So from here, what we have, if we are going to write like this, then p square. Okay. So taking this one's common. So r to the power 4 is common as LCM. Then what we have, r square plus dr by d theta whole square. Okay. So from here, by reversing this one, so what we have, p square equal to what? R to the power 4 by r square plus dr by d theta whole square. Okay. So this imply I'll get the p as r square by root over r square plus dr by d theta whole square. Put this as equation number 1. Equation number. Any doubt, girls, up to this equations? बट वी नो डैट, हमें क्या पता है, हमें पता है कि हमारा जो रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर रो है वो इन टर्म्स ऑफ आर एंड पी क्या होता है, आर डी आर बाई डी पी. जस्ट द प्रीवियस लेक्चर आई हैव proved this one, that the radius of curvature is r dr by dp. So now I am going to use this formula here. So from this what we will write here, what is dr by dp? What is dr by dp? From equation number 1, just reverse of this function. We have dp by dr and here I am getting this value. So if I am looking for dr by dp, what do you write? Just in the denominator. So this is what? R divided by dp by dr. And we have a dp by dr here. So I am going to put this value here in this row. So this is equals to what? R divided by this much. So PQ divided by R to the power 5, the bracket R square 2 dr by d theta whole square and then minus R d2R by d theta square. कहाँ से? From equation number 1. So from 1 I am going to put this value here. Okay. So by cancelling these values, what we have? We have R to the power 6. Okay. Okay, I'm going to write this value as R is going to be common, so R to the power 6. Now, next I am going to put the value of PQ. So PQ is here from equation number 2. So what is PQ here? So I'll write R to the power what? Okay, write R square divided by R square plus dr by d theta whole square and that square root and whole to the power what? Cube into this r to the power 5 I have taken in the numerator, so this will become r to the power 6. Now this bracket r square 2 dr by d theta whole square and then minus r d2r by d theta square. So what this value becomes? So what this value becomes? By calculating this value, I have a r to the power 6 here and see in the denominator again I have r to the power 6. Taking this part in the numerator, what I'll get here? R square plus r dr by d theta whole square. Okay, whole bracket. Since this one is in the root, so I am going to write this value as 3 by 2. So this will become 3 by 2 divided by. Now this value. So this is what? R square 2 dr by d theta whole square and then I have minus r d2r by d theta square. Okay, r to the power 6, r to the power 6 getting cancelled. Is that clear now, girls? Okay, so what we have the final value? What we have the final value here? So what we are getting the value? Girls, just tell me what we have. What we are getting rho as. So therefore rho is what? This whole value r square dr by d theta whole square whole to the power 3 by 2 whole divided by r square 2 times dr by d theta whole square minus r d2r by d theta square. And sometime we will write this value as r square plus r1 square. So this will become r1. So r1 3 by 2 and whole divided by r square 2r1 square minus r2. This will become r2. So here it is rule. So this is the polar form of the radius of curvature. Any doubt, girls, in this theorem? Girls, do reply. Any doubt? Okay. Let's do the another radius of curvature. The second theorem. Prove that r square is p square plus dp by d psi whole square. Okay. And rho is p plus d2p by d psi square. So how you prove this theorem, girls? How you prove this theorem? What we have? We have psi here, ना? So psi जब होता है तो हम लोग क्या यूज करते हैं? Which form? The pedal form? P equal to what? R sin phi. और हमें यहाँ पे psi चाहिए. So psi is what? Rho. Rho का वैल्यू कितना होता है? What is radius of curvature? What is radius of curvature in terms of psi? Girls, do reply. What is radius of curvature? ds by d psi. We know that rho is ds by t psi. And one more thing which we are known is p equal to r sin phi. Okay, so we are going to use both these equations for the solution of this theorem. Likhi. We know that rho is ds by d psi and p equal to r sin phi. Okay. Therefore, what is your cos phi? What is the value of cos phi? If sin phi is your p by r, what is your cos phi? dr by ds. We have learned these values now. Cos phi is dr by ds. And also, what is rho? Rho is r dr by dp in terms of pull. r dr by dp. So हमारे पास ये सारे values also available है, known है. ये भी known है. This one is also known. This one is also known. Now I am going to all these formula to prove this relation. So what next we do? We write now. dp by d psi. What is your dp by d psi? dp by d psi is dp by dr into dr by ds and then ds by d psi. Then ds by d psi. So what we have the values here? We have dp by dr, dr by ds and again ds by d psi. Now put the values one by one. So what is your dp by dr? So dp by dr we can find it from here. Okay, so I am just writing here dp by dr first. Then we have dr by ds. So dr by ds is your cos phi. I am writing here the cos phi. Then next is your ds by d psi. So what is your ds by d psi, girls? What is your ds by d psi? ds by d psi is rho. And rho is your r dr by dp. So I am writing here ds by ds in terms of r and p. That's why we are using ds by d psi is your rho and rho is your r dr by dp. So I am going to write this r dr by dp here. So r dr by dp. Clear ना girls? समझ में आया? So by cancelling all these values, I only have r cos phi. I only have r cos phi. Okay, so put it equation number 1. Okay. So next what we have to find? Now I am going to square and add. Squaring and adding. So next I have to find r square and then p square. Na? So if we do the squaring of this value, okay, and the squaring of this value, this much. So this is what? dp by d psi is your r cos phi. Now, squaring and adding p equal to r sin phi and equation number 1. We get. So what we get, girls? What we get? What we have the next value? While squaring this value, we get the p square in the left hand side plus. While squaring the equation number 1, what we have in the left hand side? dp by d psi. So here we are getting dp by d psi whole square equal to. Here from here I have a r square psi, r square square phi plus next is r square cos square phi. So ultimately the right hand side we have r square. So now we have proved this relation that r square equal to p square plus dp by d psi whole square. This is the relation number first. Okay, is it clear now girls? Any doubt in this relation? Oh. So first relation is completed. So therefore I have relation r square equal to p square plus dp by d psi whole square. So first one is proved. Now the second relation. The second relation is of like रो इक्वल टू सेकेंड रिलेशन क्या यूज करना है रो इक्वल टू हमें प्रूव करना है p प्लस डी टू पी बाई डी साइन स्क्वायर ये रिलेशन प्रूव करना है सो टू प्रूव दिस रिलेशन व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू यूज सो हियर वी आर गोइंग टू यूज that this relation and we differentiate this relation with respect to p. Okay, why p? Because we are looking for the value of d2p by d psi square and this will only become if we are going to differentiate this value. Okay, so now we are going to differentiate this value. Now differentiating, put this as some name, say equation number 2. So differentiating 2 with respect to psi. While differentiating with respect to psi, what we have? 2r dr by d psi. Okay. Wait. We have d2p by d psi too, no? So if we are going to use differentiating with respect to p, what we have? We are going to differentiate with respect to p. Then we are constructing this as r dr by dp as rho. Okay, we are using this r dr by dp as rho. That's why now I have changed this to psi to p. So now this one. So 2p dp by this will become 2p only. Okay, and then this plus 2 times dp by d psi into Next we have d2p by d psi 2. Okay, and then we'll write d psi by dp. Why girls? Because we are differentiating with respect to p, and this is the function of psi also. That's why we are using here function of function, and we'll write like this: 2 times dp by d psi, then after d2p by d psi 2, and into d psi by dp. Okay, so this will be the differentiation of this term. Now, this simple. Now 2 and 2 and 2 is common. So I am writing 2 r dr by dp here. And this is p plus. So dp cancel, d psi cancel. We are only having with d2p by d psi 2. And this implies this value is your what? Rho, radius of curvature. And this is p plus d2p by d psi 2. So this is the relation. Next we have 2. So this is going to. So this is a very important question, girls. This one asked in the previous examination. So you all remember that whenever you have to ask the question in your exam, you use the most related formula. I have used here this formula, this formula. So just you find what formula you are going to use to generate your equations. Okay, so sometimes if they ask some question, then you just use the formula and then you create your own equations. I hope this one is clear to you all. Is this clear, girls? Okay, so let's do some questions based on this theorems. Okay, so that we'll move for another ones. Now write the question. So question is, find the radius of curvature. Find the radius of curvature at the point. Okay, point is given, that only that point you have to find your radius of curvature. So at the point x equal to a of the curve. तो कर्व भी आपको दिया गया है, कर्व इज एक्स स्क्वेयर वाई इक्वल टू ए स्क्वेयर एक्स माइनस 1. So now you just find this one. So which formula we are going to use, girls? Which formula we are going to use for this question? Girls, do reply. Which formula? Which terms this form is given? किसमें दिया है? In Cartesian form, na? So we are going to use the Cartesian formula. So what is the formula in Cartesian form? So right, we know that the radius of curvature for y equal to fx is क्या होते? Rho equal to 1 plus y1 square whole 3 by 2 divided by y2. So here we are going to use this formula. But what we have to find? We have to find first y1 and thereafter the y2, because we are looking for the value of y1 and thereafter the y2, and most important, we are going to use this formula at the point x equal to a. Okay, so first the given equation of curve is, so what the equation of curve is? X square y equal to a square x minus y. So put this as equation number 1, then put this as equation number 2. So now differentiating 2. So first we just generate this in the terms of y. So what we get? X square plus a square y equal to a square x, and this will give you the y equal to what? A square x divided by x square plus a square. Okay, so we are getting this value here in terms of y only. So now I am going to differentiate this one. So put this equation number 2. Now differentiating equation 2 with respect to x. So what we get while differentiating with respect to x? We have the y1 in the left hand side. What about the right hand side, girls? What do we have? A square x square whole square. And then we put this in the numerator. So I'll write here x square plus a square. Okay. And then differentiation of this x as 1. So I'm writing here a. Then minus. Then a square x is as it is. Then going to differentiate this denominator. So what we have the value? We have only 2x. So now do the simplification. So after simplifying this value, I am having a square. You see, x square a to the power q, then a 2a square x square. Okay. I have a square here. No? So while solving this value, x square a square, and here it is minus 2 times. So a to the power 4 minus a square x square divided by this value a square x square whole square. Okay. So therefore, what is your y1? Y1 is a square taken the common, a square minus x square divided by this value, a square plus x square. What is the question number? Any doubt, girls? Any doubts regarding this formula? No. Okay. So next we have differentiation again with respect to differentiating with respect to 3 with respect to x. So what we get? We get again the y3. So from here the y2. So what we have the y2, again we are going to differentiate x square plus a square whole to the power what? Square है अभी क्या हो जाएगा 4. So I am writing here the 4 and now the numerator what we have. तो पहले लिख लेंगे a square x square whole square, इसको डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे तो 0 और एक बार डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे तो यहाँ से x स्क्वायर का डिफरेंशिएशन क्या मिल जाएगा? माइनस 2x a square minus 2x a square minus. Again we put this value here, so I am writing a4 a square x square like this, and then do the differentiation of this term. So I am having 2 times a square x square, 2 times a square plus x square, and then x square, so 2x into 2x. Any doubt? Any doubt, girls? So this imply what you get the y2 here. So after simplifying this values, we have y2 as. So now we are looking for the values of y1 and y2 in terms of x equals to a. So now we put the value. So y1 at x equal to a. So what we have at x equals to a, y1. This is the value of y1. While putting x equal to a, what we have? अगर a पुट करें तो ये पूरी की पूरी टर्म क्या हो जाएगा? 0. So this is will become 0. Now y2 at x equal to a. So what is y2 at x equals to a? Again while putting the value of x equal to a, this term will become 0. So whole this term become 0. Now only I have a term this much. So write the value of here. So what we are having the value of y2 minus 2 times देखो a square then a square 2a square, so 2a square का square and then into यहाँ से फिर x को a पुट करेंगे तो 2 times ये 2 बार लिख लिया है a into a cube divided by a 2a square का power 4. Okay, now do the simplification. Do the simplification, and thereafter on simplifying this value, what I have here, so 2 and 2 all are getting cancelled. 4. So I have only minus 1 by 2a. Okay, this is minus 1 by 2a. You see this here, you what you are getting 4 to 8. Here it is 2 to 4 and 3 7. Okay, so we are reading the only one a here in the denominator, and while multiplying all the numbers 2, we have only 1 by 2. So I am getting minus 1 by 2a as the y2 at x equals to a. Now we are going to put this value where? In equation number 1. So take the screenshot, those who have not completed. Okay. Now therefore, the radius of curvature at x equal to a becomes, कैसे क्या हो जाएगा बोलिए? Where we are going to prove? We will put all these values in equation number 1. So we are having rho equal to 1 plus y1. y1 at x equals to a is 0 whole to the power 3 by 2 divided by y2. So y2 will become minus 1 by 2a. So minus 1 by 2a. So all simplifying this value, what we have? We have 2a. Why this 2a? In magnitude. So we are taking only the positive sign as your radius of curvature because we are giving some distance here. Okay, so this one is the answer. Okay guys, so if you having any doubt, then give me a comment. Okay, or if you ask something, then please WhatsApp me. Thank you guys. Okay. Anything you want? किसी को कोई भी डाउट होगा तो आप प्लीज पुट करिए, ठीक है, रिगार्डिंग दिस क्वेश्चंस.